just a general question, how do investors or capital allocators view these indexes versus the usual cap-weighted indexes?
Yeah, that's a great question. That's a great question. And so I think it goes back to how the industry allocates. And so I think we're seeing it more and more as like the diversion between beta and alpha is becoming more and more extreme, and you're having to pay up more and more for alpha, and beta is becoming cheaper and cheaper. And so, we work for some clients have look to implement our signals in a long short market neutral context, and that is a pure alpha bucket. So they're saying they're not interested in beta, they want to extract all of the alpha out of the signals. In that case, we sort of open up the risk bounds, we apply slightly different frameworks. That's a very different question, very similar signals along in a sense, but a very different output. For this specific client, they didn't want to give up their sort of index or beta bucket. They were really serious about maintaining that. They didn't want to pay 4% for 5% alpha. And so they were really interested in saying, can you enhance something without taking a lot of risk and without losing that core index exposure? And so I think the way that this specific index is viewed is as a usual sort of cap weighted index. I think for their exposure, if you say have typically, I say 60% to a beta and then say 40% to an alpha product, they would allocate this within that 60% bucket that they're seeing as a beta play.